So yeah, I mentioned the story about the fisherman and the fisher pole, and he was very poor. And there's lots of money to be made out in these waters with the type of fish you can catch and stuff. Yeah, they don't pay a lot per fish, but they do pay on the size and the quantity, and the cost of living down here isn't that expensive. And I noticed a lot of people were like, wow, that's crazy how he's, can fish with these old school tactics. And that's one way to look at it. You can admire him for just having a very simple life and not wanting too much out of life. Yet when he started talking to us, he immediately told us how poor he was and what a struggle it was for him to catch this fish with his bare hands on the line. And he showed us all the cuts in his hands from the line digging into his fingers and around his knuckles. And I said, why don't you have a fishing pole? And he said it was too expensive. And what you'll notice is where people go first is usually the story that they're sticking to, they're holding on to, that's creating their identity. And so we all have a story or stories. This happened to me. My childhood was like. My mom, my dad was like. And so his story was, poor me, I'm poor. The reality is that if he changes his story, if he changes his identity, he'd be able to get a fishing pole. He'd probably be able to catch more fish, have a little bit more money. One side of me admires it. The other side knows what he's doing.